Hey everyone, and welcome back. This time, we're diving into something I know a ton of you are super curious about. The best tech skills to snag those awesome remote jobs.
Yeah, remote work is definitely having a moment, right?
Totally. Seems like everyone's dreaming of ditching the commute and working in their PJs.
For sure. And honestly, having the right tech skills can really make that dream a reality.
That's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Our listener wants to know straight up, what tech skills can I learn to easily land a remote job? No fluff, just the good stuff.
Love that. Straight to the point. So maybe we can start by exploring some of the most in-demand skills that are known for offering a ton of remote opportunities. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. Where should we begin?
Well, one that always comes up, and for good reason, is web development. It's kind of a classic, you know?
Yeah, makes sense. Websites and web apps are everywhere.
Exactly. And that means web developers are always in high demand, which is great news for anyone looking for remote work.
Okay, so I get why it's in demand, but what makes web development so well suited for remote work specifically?
Good question. I mean, think about it. A lot of web development is coding. And to code, you just need a computer and a decent internet connection. That's it. You can literally do it from anywhere.
True. I hadn't thought of it like that.
Plus, there are so many amazing collaboration tools out there these days that make it super easy for remote teams to work together seamlessly.
That makes a ton of sense.
Even within web development itself, there are tons of options like front-end and back-end development.
Oh yeah, that's right. Front end is all the visual stuff, right? Like what you actually see and interact with on a website, the
Right.
design, the layout.
Exactly. While back-end development handles all the behind-the-scenes magic, the stuff users don't see, like databases and server-side logic. But both are equally important.
So if you're someone who's really visual, you'd probably enjoy front end. And if you're more into the nuts and bolts that make it all work, back end might be a better fit.
I like that. It's kind of like building a house, right? Some people are amazing at the interior design, and others love framing out the structure. Both are crucial.
Perfect analogy. Okay, so web development is definitely up there. What else should our listeners be thinking about?
Well, another area that's exploding with remote opportunities is cloud computing.
Ah, yes, the cloud. I feel like I hear about it everywhere I turn these days. It seems like every company is moving their entire operation to the cloud.
It's true. It really has revolutionized the way businesses operate.
Even small businesses are getting on board. It's crazy how much it's changed things.
I know, it's amazing, right? But all of this means that there's a huge demand for cloud professionals who can manage these cloud environments. And the best part, a ton of these jobs are remote.
Makes sense. You're essentially managing virtual servers and networks. No need to physically be in an office for that.
Exactly. If you think about it, you could technically be managing a server on the other side of the world from your living room couch.
Wow. Okay, so if someone wanted to get into cloud computing, where should they start?
Well, there are a few major cloud platforms like AWS, which is run by Amazon, and Azure from Microsoft. If you're not sure where to begin, AWS is a great choice.
I've heard of AWS. It seems like it's super popular.
It is, and Amazon actually offers some excellent free resources to get you started, so that's a huge plus.
Awesome. So we've got web development and cloud computing. What else?
Okay, let's talk about data. In this data-driven world we live in now, data science and data analysis are hotter than ever.
It's true. Data is everywhere. And every company is trying to figure out how to use it to make better decisions.
Exactly. They need skilled professionals who can take mountains of data and turn it into useful insights. Think trends, patterns, predictions, all that good stuff.
It's like being a detective, but for data. You're searching for clues and piecing together the story.
That's a great way to put it. And these roles, like data scientist or data analyst, are often perfect for remote work.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're working with information that's already on computers.
Yeah.
Location doesn't really matter.
Exactly. They can often work remotely, collaborating with teams and presenting their findings virtually.
So we've covered web development, cloud computing, and data-related roles. Any other big ones we should mention?
Well, how could we forget about cybersecurity? With all the cyber threats we hear about constantly, it's become more crucial than ever.
True. Cybersecurity is definitely top of mind for a lot of people, including me. It seems like every day there's a news story about some hack or data breach.
I know, it can feel overwhelming. But that's exactly why cybersecurity professionals are in such high demand. And thankfully, it's another field that lends itself incredibly well to remote work.
So if I learn cybersecurity, does that mean I can finally stop worrying about those late-night spam emails promising me millions of dollars?
Well, it might not stop the spam entirely, but it will definitely give you the skills to protect yourself and organizations from real threats.
Good point.
Cybersecurity pros can monitor networks, find vulnerabilities, and respond to incidents, all from any location.
So even if a company's network is physically located somewhere else, you can still protect it from your home office.
Exactly. A lot of companies are even offering remote cybersecurity positions specifically because they need 204/7 coverage.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. So it's almost like a global team working around the clock to keep things safe.
Exactly. And that's much easier to do with remote workers,
Huh.
so it's a win-win.
Okay, this is all great. But it sounds like even if you have all these amazing technical skills, it's not enough, right? You need more.
You're absolutely right. Soft skills are just as important, if not more so, especially for remote work.
I can see that. You're not
Mhm.
physically there in the office interacting with people face to face all the time.
Right. You have to be even more intentional about how you communicate, how you manage your time, how you collaborate with others.
So it's like soft skills are amplified in the remote work world.
I love that. Amplify. That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
So some key soft skills to focus on, definitely communication. Clear communication, both written and verbal, is essential.
Yeah, you can't just pop over someone's desk to clarify something or quickly ask a question.
Right. Everything has to be communicated clearly and thoughtfully. And time management, huge. You have to be able to stay organized, meet deadlines, and manage your workload effectively.
No more boss looking over your shoulder, so you have to be your own boss in a way.
So true. You need that self-discipline. And finally, you need to be comfortable using collaboration tools. They're the backbone of remote teams.
Yeah, there are so many out there these days.
I know, right? It's amazing, but it can also feel overwhelming.
So what are some of the must-have tools that remote workers should know?
Well, for starters, you've got communication tools like Slack for messaging, Zoom or Google Meet for video calls. And for project management, think Asana or Trello. Those are just a few examples, but there are literally tons out there.
Awesome. So much good stuff here. Let's quickly recap for our listener. We talked about some incredible tech skills for landing a remote job. We started with web development and how there are even cool niches within that, like building e-commerce platforms. Then we moved on to cloud computing, where learning a platform like AWS could really boost your chances. Data science and data analysis are also huge, and cybersecurity is more important than ever.
You got it. And we can't forget about those essential soft skills. Clear communication, solid time management, and mastering all those collaboration tools. They're all crucial.
Totally. It's like a powerful combination of tech skills and the ability to thrive in a remote environment.
Right. It's a truly exciting time to be getting into tech, especially if you're interested in remote work. With the right skills, the world is your oyster.
I love that. And to our listener, I'd say this. Don't be afraid to explore. Check out some online learning platforms, maybe look into a boot camp, or even just start with some free resources to see what sparks your interest.
I second that. There's so much out there. Exactly. The future of work is flexible, and remote opportunities are only going to continue to grow. So why not be a part of it? Until next time.
See you then.